So what is macronomics? Macronomics is a macroeconomic, geopolitical and future megatrends research consultancy aimed at financial markets across the globe. That's quite a mouthful. What does it say on a business card? What's the strapline? The strapline is future economic insight. Macronomics operates on the principle that what moves financial markets is what moves, namely money, people and power. So what do we mean by money? Money is macroeconomic forces. People, that's demographics, changes in social behaviour and cultural attitudes and the adoption of technology. And power, that's all about geopolitics as states compete with each other. So why are we unique? We're unique in two ways. Firstly, we look at the short-term outlook in a very different way to most of our competitors. And secondly, we look at the long term, which is unique in itself, full stop. Many commentators don't do that, or they just put it in the too hard to do box, or they see it as merely an extrapolation of short-term trends. We disagree with all that. We think there's so much more to say. But let's look at the short term. Why are we different there? Our first focus is on turning points. But what else do we do that's different? Well, we put much more emphasis on the story behind the numbers. The numbers can tell you a lot, but if you're really going to identify turning points in the economy, you've got to understand what lies behind those numbers. And the other thing we do, which is very different indeed, is we look for signals from different schools of economic thought. The history of economic forecasting over the past decade or more shows that we can't be dogmatic. There's a little bit of a need for humility out there. And so we look across all schools of economic thought for insights which might tell us whether or not the economy is at a turning point. Macronomics is also unique in the way in which it looks at the long-term economic outlook, but also because of the manner in which we analyse the future. We call it fusion, fusing together macroeconomic, geopolitical and future megatrends into an integrated view of the future. But in addition to fusion, we also do fission, which is splitting off the specific macroeconomic consequences of geopolitical and future megatrends. And we think long-term economic analysis is going to be much more important in the future than in the past. The sheer pace of change nowadays means that the future happens sooner than you think. But it's not just the pace of change, it's the dissemination of ideas through ubiquitous social media. All of these suggest that, as Yogi Berra said, the future ain't what it used to be. And we think from a financial markets perspective, the long-term outlook is going to become much more significant.